50 Cent and Drake, they meet up in Canada. 50's gonna 50 as well, man. 50 was on stage, extremely petty.
Yep.
So
Yeah, man.
petty, bro.
Yeah, he thanked Canada
Hell yeah.
for just being with him and rocking with him, and and he even said it. Lou, what did he say? A couple of y'all.
Yeah, a couple of y'all kicked out Rick Ross.
Yeah, man.
Rick Ross is
pointed in the audience. A couple of y'all kicked Rick Ross.
Yeah. Viv, right here. One more.
Oh, so y'all ain't gonna let nobody disrespect the West Coast, huh? Oh, y'all ain't gonna let nobody mock and imitate our legends, huh?
Drake is definitely losing his fight with Kendrick Lamar, and he's getting a lot of flake from the hip-hop community. However, not everyone has given up on him. Drake recently went to Toronto to hang out with 50 Cent, and he revealed that they are working on a secret project together. Even though 50 isn't from the West Coast, he has close ties to the area as Dr. Dre's protege 50. This is why Kendrick's fans are now accusing 50 of trolling Kendrick and betraying the culture. See, 50Y War in Law had, instead of his usual NYC1 during his meeting with Drake, and fans are trying to figure out what kind of message 50 was trying to send to the West Coast. Now some fans think 50 is just being his usual petty self, and they're saying Drake is probably trolling. Rick Ross, and it has nothing to do with Kendrick or the West Coast. Also, I lead out Kendrick cars who 50 Cent hangs out with, but fans are still side-eyeing 50 for his move, especially with the ongoing drama over Drake. Disrespecting the West Coast and Tupac, see, the same day Drake met up with 50, he shared a photo of his new car that looked very similar to the one Tupac was in, and then the following day, Drake shared yet another mirror selfie wearing a Tupac shirt. So with 50 being loyal to Dr. Dre, fans can't help but feel some type of way about him linking up with Drake. I mean, sure, it could be strictly business and nothing personal, but it's not like 50 needs Drake's help to grow his empire. He's been doing more than fine without him. So what kind of message is 50 trying to send by teaming up with Drake? Is he just making money moves and trolling Rick Ross in the process, or is he actually declaring himself Team Drake and co-signing Drake's disrespect of the West Coast? Let us break it down.
You're making me feel so at home. Yeah. Because some of y'all, I kick Rick Ross ass, right? So I want to thank you again for making me feel so at home.
Most rappers seem to be on Kendrick Lamar's side in his fight with Drake, but 50 Cent isn't letting the beef stop him from doing business with Drizzy. On Sunday, July 21, 50Y posted a picture of himself and Drake from the night before on Instagram, which caused a huge stir on the internet. There's a video going around the internet of 50I and Drake laughing it up over some drinks, and the caption on the picture of them brainstorming last night said, "Me and Champagne Poppy going to get the camera rolling, biggest thing on your TV." This shows that 50 Cent is looking to expand his power, and it's possible that the project he and Drake were talking about could involve Drake's past as an actor and producer, or even a Top Boy crossover. It's also likely that 50S is involved in the Drake-Kendrick saga might be more about making fun of his old enemy. Rick Ross just released 50 Clown Ross last month after getting jumped in Vancouver for playing Not Like Us.
Hey guys, I just saw a very unfortunate situation that took place in Canada, and I wanted to say to everyone, that I hope that that brother made it home safely. I hope that he now has a different perspective and a better sense of what to do and what not to do while you're out in the world, That part where the young guy went he did this little move and got knocked right there. That does not reflect him. That reflects his camp, and he might need to go get the Dream Chasers.
But 50 only works with Drake to make fun of Rick Ross. Fans of Kendrick Lamar are not happy. They say 50 insulted Kendrick and the whole West Coast and stirred up trouble on purpose. This feud between Drake and Kendrick is about more than just who's the better rapper. For years, Drake has been accused of being a culture vulture, and he recently made things worse by openly disrespecting West Coast legends like Tupac. Now that there are PDF allegations surrounding Drake's OVO crew, fans are saying that 50 might as well team up with Diddy next. Many fans are also calling 50 a sellout, saying that there's a thin line between being a smart businessman and having no morals about what you'll do for money. Also, people are wondering how 50 Cent, who was discovered by Dr. Dre, doesn't feel any way about making out with someone who has been disrespecting the West Coast. As I said, this feud is clearly much deeper than just Drake vs. Kendrick. It's about the hip-hop community's frustration with Drake participating in what many see as culture vulture behavior. On top of that, over the past couple of years, these feelings hit a fever pitch when Drake started doubling down on his disrespect for the West Coast and its legends. Ray first bragged on push-ups that he's more loved in LA than Kendrick. Then on tailor-made freestyles, he went a step further and used Tupac and Snoop Dogg's AI voices to diss Kendrick. And since Drake had already stirred the pot by purchasing Tupac's iconic ring, the West Coast wasn't going it. Just let this slide. Tupac's family also made it clear that they want nothing to do with Drake, and they blasted him for disrespecting Tupac's memory by using an AI voice to discredit Kendrick. The family forced Drake to pull tailor-made freestyle from his social media account, and the attorney for Tupac Shakur State, Howard E. King, said in a statement that Drake's unauthorized use of Tupac's voice was a flagrant violation of Tupac's fame and the estate's legal rights. King said the estate would never have given its approval for this use. The unauthorized, equally dismaying use of Tupac's voice against Kendrick Lamar, a good friend to the estate who has given nothing but respect to Tupac and his legacy publicly and privately, compounds the insult, but Drake didn't care. He continued to poke the bear and troll the West Coast on his Kendrick diss. Track Family Matters, Drake raps, who really bang is Set My Ninja. This pissed off a lot of people on the West Coast because, first of all, Y is from Compton and rolls with the same crew that Kendrick is affiliated with. And then there's also the fact that YG already told Drake to keep his name out of any beef on the track Weird YG rapped when it smoked. Don't ever mention my name. And let's not forget that YG showed his allegiance by standing with Kendrick during his pop-out show at Inglewood in June. Not only did YG rock the stage during DJ Mustard's set, but he was also seen dancing while Kendrick performed Not Like Us. But Drake being Drake, he just kept doubling down on family issues. He also claimed that Kendrick doesn't give back to his own community, saying don't even go back to your hood and plant no money trees. But see, this is factually wrong because Kendrick has given back to Compton plenty of times. He just doesn't like to make a big show of it. Remember when he quietly gave money to his high school alma mater? It only came to light when someone asked him about it in an interview, and Kendrick was shocked that they even knew about it.
It's a little bit deeper than just the music. There's cats out here really trying to do something and really trying to spark the idea of positivity in the community. Let me tell my story. Let me tell other stories that's out here that want to do something different, but can't because you're in an environment where you just got to adapt. And what happens is it invites people in to get another perspective. It brings a whole another side of the world to Compton, to this backyard right here, and say, okay, these are actually people.
Is that why you wanted to give money to Centennial, to sort of steer kids in a similar direction?
Yeah, how y'all know that info?
Because we were there, we were at the jazz band.
Yeah, that was nothing I want to put out there in the papers or whatnot. I just wanted to do that. In high school, there was a lot of freestyle sessions. When you have people around you that actually see something in you, they give you that extra push. Stay in the studio, man. Stay in the studio.
But guess what? Drake's not backing down while hanging out with 50 Cent in Toronto. Drake shared a series of photos, including one of him posing in front of a black BMW on his Instagram story. Now, here's where it gets messy. Fans noticed that the car looked very similar to the one Tupac was tragically in back in 1996. Now, just to clear things up, it's now been confirmed that Drake didn't buy the actual car Tupac was in, at least not yet. The real car is still up for auction at Celebrity Cars Las Vegas. But fans are definitely feeling like Drake's choice of car was a shady way of saying he's not scared of Kendrick's warnings about disrespecting Tupac and the West Coast. Now you might think this is a bit of a stretch, but if you've been following Drake, you know this is definitely on brand for him. He loves to throw these sly, subliminal messages on Instagram case and point this new mirror selfie he shared just one day after hanging out with 50. Drake was seen posing in a green airbrush Tupac only guy can judge t-shirt, and he completed the look with a pair of sparkling emerald-colored Timberland boots. So the fact that Drake is still using Tupac's image to troll Kendrick and the West Coast after Tupac's own family. And Estate made it clear that they don't mess with him is so weird. And the fact that Dr. Dre's protege, 50 Cent, was right there with him in Toronto, while he was once again starring the pot and taunting the West Coast about Tupac. I mean, 50 might not be a West Coast native, but he's got deep ties there, thanks to Dr. Dre. Remember, it was and Dre who gave 50 his big break when the whole industry was sleeping on him. And he's been right to die loyal to them ever since. And we also know that Dr. Dre very publicly threw his support behind Kendrick during his beef with Drake, and even hit the stage with him at the Pop-Out show in Inglewood, performing Tupac's hit California Love and introducing Kendrick's first live performance of Not Like Us.
Hold on, Dre. You ain't gonna say nothing else before, we continue to party?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just need a moment of silence for this.
Mustard on a beat, how deep, bro. Any rap nigga, he a freak, throw man down. Call an ambulance, tell him breathe, bro. Nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like, what's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all in they mama. How many op really got? Mean it's too many options. Finish fast on his body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching.
So with Drew backing Kendrick and 50 Cent cozying up to Drake while he's throwing real shade at the West Coast, it's got everyone wondering how Dre feels about 50's new alliance with Drizzy. What is 50 thinking about doing business with someone who's been openly disrespecting the West Coast now? Like I said, some fans are saying it's not that deep and they think 50 Cent has always been about business. First, someone said, I'm so tired of people acting like people can't talk to people and feeling like everybody is ops, like you leave that ignorant street bee out of everyday meth's light. K. Drake and 50 make millions. Ain't nobody thinking like Vow and the rest of Muffers that's been dropped? Stop it. But most others think 50 is still weird for linking up with Drake at this particular moment, and some are even going as far as calling him a sellout. One fan said 50 Cent is a rat. I'm not shocked. He's a raccoon and a loser. He's the same man who was praising Rick Ross getting jumped by a group of Hell's Angels, and then someone else added, let's make 50 Cent the example. Next, I'm done watching any of his shows. Nobody is above the culture, but what's your take on 50 hooking up with Drake? Are fans doing too much and blowing this out of proportion? Or do you think 50 is really a sellout? Let me know in the comment part and make sure you stick around for this next video.